All right, Shalom. First and foremost, going to give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors are definitely due unto the venerable apostles of the great millstone, along with the elders who rule Yahshua the will through the Spirit. Salutations, peace, and blessings to the Ba'af Wadah, which is the house of David, the elect. I'm Shemar of the MenOfValorSC South Carolina camp, and I'm here to do a testimony video of a dream that my woman has. She just told me about it, literally. We're in between jobs, and I got a little bit of a break before we have to, go pick something up at 5 o'clock and head back to her job. And anyway, it was intense. Long story short, she works as a nanny a couple days a week, 4 days a week, 1 week, 2 days a week, the next 4, 2, etc. Well, today was one of her longer days, and like I said, we got a break, only because we had to come downtown with one of the heathen kids that she watches for him. But anyway, on our way downtown, she told me about a dream she had this morning. When their little girl goes to sleep, she tries to get a nap, right? So she said, "Baby," and she kind of did one of those things, slapped me on the leg. I was like, "What?" And she said, "I've got to tell you about this dream I just had. It was the most amazing dream, and it was, it was vivid. I remember every detail." And I didn't know where she was going with this. So she starts out by saying she's standing in the field, and there's some people around her, and she looks up in the sky, and she said she sees this, she described it as like a shape of a grenade. And she said, and she did this with her hands. She goes, it was about this wide, and she pointed her hands out the windshield, and it was like as wide as the sky, And she said it was a fireball shaped like a grenade, wide up in the sky. And what she was describing was, the nukes that are gonna come down. All right, they're gonna, the mushroom cloud effect, right? So she's seeing the fireball in the sky. And she says, at that point, she looked at someone and she said, "Well, this is the end." And she said they just started praying. She said she started praying hard. She goes, "I started praying hard." And she said she could feel the blast, right? And it reminded me of, the scene in the Terminator 2, right? Where the blast, the mushroom cloud and that wind, which the scriptures talks about, a destroying wind, and it just incinerates everything in its path, right? And she said as soon as she seen the fireball and she started praying, she said she could start to feel her skin get hot, right? And she said that just as she was about to be incinerated, burned to a crisp, she said her spirit went up. And she looked around and she saw all these spirits going up. And it was wild, Then she made a comment about, she goes, "I didn't see you until later." So I'm thinking, maybe I was in a camp, maybe I was in a concentration camp, or maybe who knows. But she said she met up with me later. And the next part of the dream, we were in a home. And she said that she was doing things with her fingers. She said she was pointing to something, and she said, "I don't want it this color, I want it that color." And it would automatically turn that color. And I said, yeah, because, the elect women are going to they're going to be able to do powerful things too, man, And she said, she described us having several children. All right. Now, this is a heavy dream, because months ago, I told her about a dream I had where we were in a castle, man. It was like a castle, and the hallway, the dream started out where I was in the foyer, and one of the servants said, slaves, okay? One of the slaves said, okay, "I got to go and get some things for the house. I'll be back, da-da-da-da-da." And I said, "All right." And then I met up with her, okay? It was a woman beside me. All right. And we were walking down, like I said, the next part of the dream is we both were walking down this hallway of this castle we were in. It was our castle. Okay. Literally surrounded by all these workers, man. Okay. And they were just waiting for us to tell them what to do, tell them to do something, right? We just kept walking, and we was just chilling, you know. And we get to the front door, the foyer area, and I swing the doors open, and it's nothing but, I mean, it was like mountain range in the distance, a waterfall, and the water was sparkling, clear, crystal blue. What stuck out the most was the greenery, how green everything was, and the sun, how amazing it was. And that was how that dream ended. So, hey, you know, brothers are going to have multiple wives, man. You know, so, but more focus is on what she said. Because what she said to me as she was detailing this dream was, she said, I guess your version of the truth, this is exactly what she said. She said, I guess your version of the truth is the right one. See? Now, I mean, you know, hey, you know where I'm going? I'm going to Joel's. All right, this is Joel, chapter 2, and verse 28. It says, and it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. And this, of course, is repeated by the Apostle Peter in Acts the 2nd chapter. Hey, this was a heavy dream argument, and it was and to you Aquatim out there listening and learning, this is a heavy dream, and she remembered every detail. And I tried to convey it as best I could. All right, but hey, be encouraged, man, because hey, she said I was with her, so I said so I said we linked up on the chariot then, and she said yeah, and I said chariot to her. She said yeah. She said we just weren't together when we was being beamed up. But like I said, we're going to have multiple wives anyway. It's all good. You know, hey, stay encouraged. All right. Hey, stay watchful and stay looking up. All right. Lord willing, use edified. I don't want to say shalom.